Bro, you know I had put on the JC Denton for this shit. So I'm sitting here, right? I just shoveled my driveway and shit. And I found these news clips. Made me pay attention to these news clips was the way that the motherfucker was talking, the police motherfucker. Like, he's saying shit that contradict. And, like, he's bringing up little facts that mean nothing, which to me is like, that's like creating a smoke screen. That's like, we gonna say all this extra shit that really don't mean nothing just to like confuse y'all. So like y'all forget about this. It's also the way in which when they're playing actual video or shit, he tries to mention shit like he fucks the timeline up intentionally. Like he talking about Weaver stance and shit in regard to when he shoots, but he's saying that he didn't do that because he's talking about after he discharged the fucking gun. Literally, he's talking about what happened after he shot the shit, as if it happened while he was shooting the shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
But technically, it's a suppressor because it changes the sound. It doesn't make it silent.
So like, you see how he's splitting hairs and bringing up unnecessary facts about shit that really don't matter? He could have let the news bitch say it was a silencer, not a suppressor. It wouldn't have changed nothing. He literally said it's just what the civilians would think of it from the movies, because that's what they call it in the movies. You didn't come out here and say it was some type of muzzle brake or something. You didn't come out here and say it was some shit that totally was... You didn't come out here and call this shit a flash can or none of that. But whether the people at home is calling it a silencer or a suppressor, the people who don't know better, that doesn't it's doing the same thing they think it's doing in their mind. And that's why when I heard what this dude was saying and the way he was saying it, I was like, yeah, they never gonna catch this guy. They never gonna. Like, when I seen the police response that came out, bro, I knew they not catching him. Bro, there was like a witness, right there was a fucking witness. And they ain't fucking, you know what I'm saying?
So what about the jamming? And we'll run some of the video again.
So we don't really know.
That shows him hitting.
I'm not sure that the gun is actually jamming so much as failure to feed. So they're different. And what Scott was showing was called a stovetop jam. But essentially,
again, he tries to split hairs and like explain shit that's really, yeah, it's two different things, but does it really matter? You're doing the same action for him. So the same shit, you're splitting hairs again. Because like the people at home, yeah, like failing the cycle, you would rack it back. If it was jammed, you would rack it back. You know what I'm saying? It would be the same shit for either scenario. It's just more confusion. You know what I'm saying? With the shit that he was doing where it seemed like he was intentionally fucking shit up on the timeline to say shit that happened was different shit than it was. That was what made me say I needed to do this shit.
Having that short cycling because of a lack of powder and subsonic ammo.
That's the first actual point that he really needed to bring up. He could have let that newsy bitch keep calling it a silencer and it would have had the same effect on the audience at home. He acknowledged that himself.
Or if you saw in his stance, which was a reverse Weaver stance.
Now this is where he's gonna fuck up the timeline. Pay attention. I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna do a fucking play-by-play.
Where he had his shooting foot forward. Typically you would have your shooting foot back. He's got his feet. Yeah, there you go. So he's got a proper footwork there, but you look, his left leg is up on its side. So I'm right on there with Scott. You would have optimal positioning if you were a professional, not alternating your feet forward and backwards between your shots. And you would have tested this gun to make sure that it cycles properly with the ammo. It seems like he anticipated that the gun might not cycle, so he may have practiced with that subsonic ammo. And I also agree with Scott on the distance issue. That's a lot of distance unnecessarily placed between himself and the subject. Okay,
I got two more questions. Yeah. I have two more questions and not enough time. So first one goes to you, Steve, and that is that when he's popping out the ejected casings, they're still scattered on the sidewalk and 3 live rounds. Can you explain that and how that could be really beneficial to the investigators?
Well, the gun can leave marks on the casings, and then those can help track that to the gun. It leaves marks on the casings, and the firing pin also leaves a mark on the primer, which is also unique to each gun. So those things could be used to help trace the gun if they locate it.
I'm gonna show you where he fucked his timeline up. Look, so the dude comes out from behind the car. So now here's how he fucks the timeline up. There's the Weaver stance while he's shooting. The witness runs off. He tries to put the shit back. It's like in Assassin's Creed when you try to like blend in with the priest and shit. He basically, as soon as he's out that Weaver stance, as soon as he seen he dropped him, that's when you see he walks him down. The witness runs off. Then he immediately tries to adjust himself. He comes out the Weaver stance as soon as he sees him drop. You see what I'm saying? That's the part this guy is intentionally trying to fuck up that makes it deceptive to me. Let's go over it again. Here comes blue guy, walks him down, bang, bang, bang. He sees him drop. He hits the third one, comes out the Weaver stance. Then he starts to alternate his footing. He's still, if you notice, leading with his left foot till he gets right past the guy, and then he tries to blend in as he's probably putting his shit away. And just because I'm keeping him honest, man, I had to give y'all this. So if you notice, the cop is trying to almost downplay the possibility that he could have been a professional, while at the same time not ruling out that he could have been a professional. And at the same time trying to alter the timeline to say that he's not a professional. Because he talks about that shit with the Weaver stance. That's happening after he shoots. And if you notice, he only alternates footing one time, and it's barely, like, from the angle, you can't tell if he even alternated his footing like that. If you notice, it's left in front the whole time, and he's leading with the left hand. As he, like, drops and he walks off, yeah, the dude changes and he tries to, like, go back to walking regular as he's putting his shit away in his fucking waist or wherever the fuck. I'm pretty sure I know exactly the point where he starts putting his shit away. Not yet. Right about there. Right there, he's putting his shit away. Yeah, I just had to give y'all that, man, because, you know, I'm fighting this machine and shit. And, you know, we winning. We about to win. The system is falling. All type of shit, you know. So I just had to, yo, check the outfit. Big Range Rover with big ass rims on the bitch. Sharp the Pimp, a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. But yo, check this out. So basically, yeah, like, I just had to give y'all this shit because I'm not gonna let the government and corporate media tell lies to our children. I'm not letting them tell lies to our children. So I got kids, you know what I'm saying? So this shit important to me. This shit berries. Hey man, I'm out there, bitch, man. Stay safe, safety off.